Well, good morning.
Good morning. Let me tell you folks out there, when you know you're good friends with somebody that you work with, like I am with Dani. See, in radio, we have this unwritten rule: you don't use anybody else's headphones because they don't let you do that. It's like sort of like wearing somebody else's underwear. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. However, Dani was nice enough to give me permission in case I forgot mine to let me use hers. So there you go, Dani. Thank you very much.
I see the red there. Very good.
So that is awesome. Gotta tell you, Bob and I had Maryland Double Decker's bus tour on, Amanda and Dan, of course, the owner,
Yeah.
and Amanda, the tour guide, and man, Dani,
She's a clippy, Chris. She's a clippy.
she's a clippy.
That's the term. That's the British term for a tour guide, a clippy.
Nice, thank you. I didn't know that. See, I look at that. I not only do I have fun on here, but I get to learn another language on top of that, besides English. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyway, uh, they are just. We actually did 2 segments with them on the show. Amanda is just so funny. She is so talented. Really
She's
is.
amazing. I love her.
And Dan, of course, I was telling them that back in the day, New York had those double-decker buses, but the difference is that those double-decker buses were actually made in America. However, these double-decker buses are actually English, from England, double-decker buses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, the story. I interviewed him. He was on the show. Met him a long time ago, actually. But yeah, drove them from Ohio at 40 miles an hour to get the buses here. So yeah, there's actually a second one as well that they are getting roadworthy. And it's great. It's great for Frederick. I love it. And this Merry and Bright tour, the Holiday Lights tour, is such a success. I'm so happy for them.
Well, Dani, it's genius, because I was telling him, I was like, you can own a business and it could be so saturated. Like, you got your AC businesses, you got your plumbing, electrical, that stuff. But nobody else in not just Frederick, but in the region that I know of is doing anything like this. And you can't miss those buses. It's great advertisement. You can't miss the buses. And I was asking Dan, I was like, hey, Dan, I was like, because eventually, he's gonna have to hire a second driver because they're getting that busy. He has that second bus. And I said, well, are you going to want to get somebody who has a bus driving experience? And he's like, yeah, but it's going to be kind of hard because this is an actual English bus and the steering wheel's on the other side. So you'd really have to know how to drive a bus with the steering wheel on the right side.
Maybe some old post drivers, how they used to sit on the opposite side. So who knows?
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to give a shout out to them. It was a great interview, and just awesome people. Definitely check them out. I did the ride. It was great. I sat on top, and me and my wife, and it was great because I had the wind blowing through my hair, and it was tons of fun. So there you go. Hey, a man can dream, right?
Yeah, no, great people, and we love the company. Good Morning Frederick is a sponsor of this Merry and Bright tour, and we'll do whatever we can to keep these things going because I think it's amazing for our community. And it is such a world of difference. You wouldn't think so, but when you ride 15 feet up and are viewing Frederick from that vantage point, it is so strange the things you notice that you've never seen before. And I really want to do it during now that the boats are in the water because they weren't in the water the last time that we went. So I know that that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful view.
Yeah, listen, I got some amazing pictures on top of on the top there, the double deck bus. I mean, pictures I could never have taken normally of Market Street, and not only that, Dani, but they are so rehearsed in the history of Frederick.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing history tours, and my goodness, there's so much history in Frederick. It's crazy. So if you want to learn the history of Frederick, it's great for schools. For history class, if you want to take your kids on a tour of history, I mean, there's so much history here. It's just a great idea, and they're taking full advantage of it, which is great.
100%. 100%.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we'll get into some news. Locally here, a Monrovia man was sentenced on Tuesday in Frederick County Circuit Court for first-degree assault, second-degree child abuse, and neglect of a child. The state's attorney's office says that Christopher Kraft, 46, received 25 years for first-degree assault, with all but 17 years suspended. Along with that, Circuit Court Judge Scott Rose suspended a 15-year sentence for second-degree child abuse, which will run consecutively. Concurrent sentences were imposed for the other offenses. Man, I tell you, it's like I'm reading more and more of that stuff. It's really, really, really sad. And the public will have to wait a little bit longer for release of the body worn camera video footage recounting the death of an individual in the custody of Hagerstown police last month. We reported that last month. The Maryland Attorney General's office, Independent Investigators Division, says it needs more time to interview the witnesses. And before I get to weather, one of the biggest topics that me and Bob were talking about, we discussed it yesterday, was Mayor Michael O'Connor's press conference. Well, it actually hit nationally. Fox News, Jesse Waters, who does the show Jesse Waters Primetime, actually talked about that and had Mayor Michael O'Connor's picture on there. Also went to a different national publications. I think Breitbart, and I think it was a Blaze that Bob said was also on there. So that's big news. It's going to be big news. Seems like nationally. Of course, we're talking about the press conference the mayor had a few days ago, and we had the intense interview that my pal Bob Miller did with him. You can hear on WFMD.com.
Wow, I didn't realize that got picked up nationally.
Yeah. Well, anytime, especially now, anytime, and he didn't use the word sanctuary cities. Okay, he did not say that word, but from the press conference, it kind of seemed like, in my opinion, that's where he was leaning towards. So anytime you have that type of verbiage, especially now with the incoming administration, and Tom Holman also did a press conference yesterday, that's going to make national news, because it really it's a big topic for a lot of people in this country. So, again, Bob Miller did a great interview with Mayor Michael O'Connor on that. And taking a look at the weather, today, more clouds, unfortunately, than sun. High of 55. And then tonight looks like cloudy skies with periods of rain late, low of 42. And for your Turkey Day, it looks like we're going to have some rain early, which should be fine because most people celebrate inside anyway. High of 50. And then tomorrow night, 34. Some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. And then Thursday and Friday, we will not be here. Obviously, Thanksgiving and Black Friday on Friday.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Well, look, a little bit of rain. Hopefully it clears up later. It looks pretty sunny out there right now, so I guess get out and enjoy it while you can.
You don't
And
have to shovel rain. I always say that.
yes, well, we wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope
You
you
too.
get some rest, eat all the turkey, take all the naps, and enjoy these next few days.
So it's a nap, then turkey, then nap, leftovers, football, and then nap. That's what my schedule is. And just a reminder, Dani, and we're so excited to have you a part of the family this year for Christmas Cash for Kids, from December 2nd to 6th. Call the station. Me and Bob are going to be on air our normal times. And then Thursday and Friday will be on air longer. If you can, if you have the means to do so, please, please donate. These children of Frederick County all deserve a great Christmas. Dani, you've been doing an amazing job as a platform with Good Morning Frederick and all your merch, which goes to Christmas Cash for Kids. Of course, we had Christmas Bash for Kids. And before I leave, on air today, I said the things I am thankful for Thanksgiving. And one of them includes the platform that you've given us here on Good Morning Frederick to do the show with you. And Bob and I are thankful for your friendship. And of course, thankful to all your viewers out there who put up with me and Bob in in the mornings. We truly love all those viewers out there. And thank you to the community we love so much, Frederick.
Well, I appreciate you very much and really reciprocated. Yeah, cannot wait for next week, Christmas Cash for Kids. We're going to talk about it more in the show coming up. But yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're going to do next week because I'd love to get some break ins with what's happening and how things are going during this show when that's on. So we'll have to figure that out. But I know you guys are really dedicated to the kids of Frederick County, and I think it's awesome. So I
As
can't
are
wait to
you.
be a part of
As
it.
are you too. You are too. So
All right, my friend. Well, I will see you maybe a little bit later. I'll be in there, but if not, have a great Thanksgiving and we'll see you very soon.
take care. Good morning, Frederick. We love you.
Ah.